Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to our family. Welcome back to my family. Oh my God, welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is her, it is thee, it is who? It is Rosie Rosette 2020. Pow. Did I do that right? Rosie Rosette 2020. Pow. Anyway, it's me. Okay, so let's just talk about this. I'm just trying to run through these videos. I haven't made videos in so long. This hasn't been so long. It's been 2 weeks. But you know what? I'm kind of getting out of making videos for a minute. You know, I go in and out. I might do a video tonight. You might not see me in a year. I might do a video tonight and you might see me tomorrow or Sunday, whatever. You know, it's just, I just go through stuff or whatever. So just bear with me or whatever. Anyway, so, said this in another video. I was doing laundry. You know, I love washing clothes. I like going to the wash house. I don't know something about the wash house. I love talking to the kids. I just, I'm a friendly person outside. But if you come to my house, I'm a crab. I'm an only child. I like my space. I don't like my own space. Whatever. I don't like to be invaded. Whatever. Anyway, but when I'm out and about, so anyway, I'm at the laundromat, right? So this guy come, I just see him. Whatever. I talk to everybody. I talk to a lot of people. Maybe people think I'm crazy. Whatever. I'm just friendly. I don't really care what people think. Not at this age. Anyway, I talk to you guys too, right? Hi everyone. Anyway, so he was a little scuffier than everyone else. I go to, maybe two homeless encampments, whatever. So, I know the degree of grit when someone is homeless or, I can pick up on it. Okay, so fine. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not like that. I'm not going to talk to you because I'm not going to ignore you because you're homeless. That's not me. I do the opposite. Now, I can't say that about everyone. I can only talk about me. Okay. So he's putting his stuff in the washers. Okay, they're they are staying. Great. Okay, so me, nosy Rosie. Actually, that's one of my new, not YouTube, but and actually I need to make a new YouTube, but my Instagram, because I don't know what happened to my Instagram. It's saying can't refresh, but anyway. So I'm like, well, why don't you put your backpacks in there? I said this on another video tonight. Anyway, and he was like, well, they're clean, and I was just like, oh, okay. He was like, I kind of did it sarcastically. He was like, they're just dusty. I was like, but you can still, wash them. He was like, no. Okay, now listen to this. This is the point, the moral of the story. He was like, no, because if I put it in, then my clothes won't get as clean. It'll take up the room. Now these are 4 loader washers. I said, no, that's not true. I said, when I go on trips or whatever, when I come home, because I travel worldly, backpacking or whatever, I take everything that I have and I put in the wash. Shoes, backpack, bra, everything. I don't think I put my, no, I don't put my wigs, but I do wash. Okay. I said, but all you have to do is put it on heavy. That's more water, and it'll, you have more water to wash with. And he said, listen to this. He said, really? He said, I didn't know that. I was like, huh, stop playing around. He's like, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that meant. I said, well, what did you think heavy meant? And he said something, and I just laughed it off. I said, well, I asked him, I said, how old are you? He said, 50. And I was like, huh? Okay. I said, well, how is it that you're 50 and your mama never taught you how to, and this wasn't a black guy, whatever, but it doesn't matter. I was like, your mama never taught you how to wash clothes? I said, my son knew how to wash clothes at 8. Well, because I would bring him to the laundromat. We would separate clothes and I would put it in or whatever, but he knew how. And the reason why I know he knew how, because when I broke my ankle, he took care of me. He wasn't 8, he was older, but he washed clothes, he cooked. You know why? Because I taught him. The reason why I taught him is because these women don't know how to cook. They don't know how to clean. They don't know how to wash clothes, whatever. So I was like, what do you mean your mom never taught you? So you didn't want, oh, I was like, oh, okay, you guys had a washer and dryer at home or whatever she did. He was like, no, we went to the the laundry. I don't know what he said. But he said when she would wash, we would go and play. I said, oh, okay. And then a little boy and his mom came in. And then I said, does this little boy know how to, does he help you out? And she was like, yeah. The little boy was helping the mother wash clothes. He put the quarters in, he put the clothes in the dryer. I said, so you didn't do this? He said, no, my mom did that and we washed clothes. And we would go and play. I was just so astonished that a 50-year-old man who was cognizant, he wasn't, he was mental enough to have an appropriate conversation. He wasn't out in space right then at the laundromat. Now, what happens, when he gets out or whatever? I mean, he could hold a conversation or whatever. So, it wasn't like he was delayed or something like that. Something on the spectrum. I mean, he may be on the spectrum, but we were able to have a conversation, right? So I just couldn't understand. And so he was like, "Oh, so that's what heavy means." And I was like, are you playing around? Are you serious? He's like, "No, I did not know." I was like, "Well, you learn something new every day." And I just thought to myself, wow, 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 wow. Then I thought about, well, wait a minute. There's so many things my mom didn't teach me. My mother didn't teach me. I can't talk about this man, but my mother didn't teach me. Now, granted, my mom had me at a young age, and I spent a lot of time with my grandparents and my uncles. I was like the last. I was the first. I wasn't the first. I was the first grandchild on one side, but I wasn't on the side. Think I was the third on the second. But I spent a lot of time at both of my grandmother's houses. Um, and I was, although I, talk a lot now, I was very quiet because I was thinking, I was like, did I ever talk? Because, I was like observed a lot. I was always observant. I still am today. I'm very detailed. I notice things that people don't really pay attention to. My son is the same way. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? And just it had me thinking about. I'm still waiting for sex talk. I'll be 52 in 14 days. I'm still waiting on the sex talk. I'm still waiting on how that talk about how to take care of your body as a woman. I'm still waiting on cooking lessons. I'm still waiting on how to iron. There's just a multitude of things that I'm still waiting on how to be taught. And here I am telling this, bewildered by this man who, hell, I think I'm still waiting on how to wash clothes. But I guess as a woman, I take that for granted because, you gotta have clean clothes. Well, I guess that's my choice. Um, you know, I don't think my son knows how to change a tire. Hell, I don't know how to change a tire. We as parents are really failing our kids. We expect YouTube to teach them, or the schools to teach them, or somebody to teach them, but we're not teaching them. So these kids are left in the streets at laundromats, scared to not wash their tennis shoes. And this wasn't a kid, this was a grown man. But, wash their backpacks, or just little things. I don't know if I told you, but once my half sister, we were at my grandmother's house. It was for some holiday. Oh, I miss those days. Anyway, she did it to go plate, as that was common in our family. But she did it on my grandmother's china, and I had to tell her, no, honey, you don't take somebody's china home as a to-go plate. And she's like, oh. And I would, a lot of times that would happen when I would catch her, doing something, thinking that she should already, assuming that she should already know. And she would play it off like, oh, but she wants to be the bougie, oh, I'm just this, I know this. Girl, it's a whole bunch you don't know, okay? And my cousin had to tell me once, she was like, girl, you raised yourself. There's a lot of things you don't know. She was right. We as parents, we don't take the time out to teach our kids. And, thank God my son, yeah, he still lives with me, or we still live together, whatever. That I still have time, because I always say, what, look, I'm sorry that I didn't teach you this, but it's better late than never. And before you go, you need to know this. My grandmother used to always try and tell me stuff. Listen, and this is how she used to say it. I know I've told you guys a million times. I'm trying to tell you this because people talk about you when you go to their house. So I'm trying to teach you now, so when you go to people's house, they won't talk about you. That's exactly how she used to say. They won't talk about you. They won't talk about you. I just, I don't. And there's a multitude of things that everyone doesn't know. Everyone doesn't know. Like, I'm sure 70% of America doesn't know how to use the proper spoons or whatever. Um, you know, but just the basics. Change your underwear, take a shower, brush your teeth. Um, I'm funny style. Don't walk in the house with your shoes on, your outside shoes on. That's a big no-no for me. I don't like to sit on public surfaces, especially when they're cloth. I was at an attorney's office today. I was like, do you guys have paper towels? I put the paper towels on. I do not like sitting on cloth public surfaces. I just, bleh. This grosses me out. I mean, I will, but I usually like a plastic bag, and I have no problem sitting on it wherever I go. Go to people's houses, I need a towel to sit on because I don't want to sit on someone's towel. In my car, I have a towel or I have some Nike plastic bags. I just, yeah, but it's just sad. A lot of us whose parents, who are our parents now, were drug addicts, crackheads, um, from broken homes, whatever. So they didn't get taught what they needed to get taught. And, they were in a situation where they had us. Now we don't know. And then now we're having kids and we're not teaching them. I mean, we were teaching them what we know, but there's not a book one-on-one on parenting. Okay, well, at this age, the child needs to know this. Well, at this age, the child needs to know this. At this age, you need to do this. We don't have that. I don't understand. We have all this technology in 2021, but yet we don't have parenting 101. Maybe I should write a book. Because I remember when I was pregnant, there was a really good book. There's a lady sitting in a chair, and I think she's pregnant or something. But it tells you different stages while you're pregnant, what you need to look for, things that you need to do and set up or whatever. Well, we need that from, okay, so that's from, when you first get pregnant until you have a baby, maybe a little after. But we need another book from the time you have the baby up until the time is 18 at least. At least. You know that Gerber's insurance thing? Yeah, I should have taken that out. And it's just so hard, you know, living today with all the expensive. You have the cell phone, you have the PG&E, you have water maybe, you have the car, you have insurance. Um, did I say cable? I said the cell phone. You have the $200 Nikes. You have, you know, people, the beer, the drugs, the alcohol, the the club covers, the rent, the mortgage, the job. But the jobs, you got the rent that's 4,000, but you got the job that's paying $15. Make that make sense. How do you have that? Doesn't make sense. If the rent is averaging 4,000, then all them jobs need to start at like $30 an hour, and that's not happening. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is. I mean, maybe we need to have a book for parenting, from 0 to 18. And it should be mandatory that everyone reads it in high school. Hell, in elementary school. And they need to bring back those home ec classes where, you know, kids, not just, the girls and the boys learn how to cook, how to sew. The girls and the boys learn how to fix a car, how to build a house. For both, both sexes. Because you just never know. Nowadays, no one's getting married. Really? And if you are getting married, getting divorced, all these single moms having kids or whatever, the fathers are not teaching the boys how to change a tire, how to take out the garbage. It's just really sad. It's really sad. But the solution, we need solutions. Okay, yeah, we have the problems. We already know the problems are. But what are the solutions? We have to have a solution. It's bad enough that we have to deal with the cops and all this. No, we need to have a solution. We need solution. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.